Hello, my lovely friends. Welcome back to my channel. Last week I posted my spring TBR, and this week I thought we'd do a little recommendation video of what I think you should add to your spring TBR. Now, here's what I look for in a spring book. I'm looking for something that feels like a new beginning. I'm looking for something that has a little bit of depth, but maybe not too heavy. This could be a romance that deals with a heavier topic, but still has a happily ever after or is like fresh and fun and flirty. It could also be a fantasy that maybe has a unique twist on a magic system or makes me just feel giddy and alive. So, without further ado, I have about 20 recommendations for you guys today. Let's go ahead and jump in and talk through some of the books that I think you should add to your spring TBR. All right, first up, we have A First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. This should not be a surprise to anyone. I recently read this and gave this 5 stars. It's a new release by B.K. Borison, and it does deal with a little bit of like heavier topics. These characters are a little bit older, like I think they're in their late 20s, maybe 30, which I did appreciate because I feel like it feels like real life issues that they're dealing with. But I love the way they fell in love. It's like Sleepless in Seattle in current times, and this was just a home run for me. If you're looking for another book by B.K. Borison, I would also add In the Weeds on this list. This is the spring book in the Love Light Farms series. This deals with a second chance romance. Our MMC is a little bit grumpy. He's a little bit quiet for his own reasons. And our FMC is an influencer who's looking for a little bit of space, a little bit of quiet, and that's what she finds at Love Light Farms. The next book on this list is just a silly, goofy time, and that is The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. This is my favorite adult romance by Lynn Painter. I feel like her adult romances don't always hit for me, but this one is a slam dunk. We've got friends to lovers, we've got a one night stand trope. Our two main characters essentially decide to like be their wingmen, and they date around, they report back on their dates if they're finding someone they want to spend time with, but they end up kind of falling for each other. And I just the banter in this book is great. It feels fresh, it feels flirty, it feels fun, and that's exactly what I'm looking for in a springtime book. Then we have the When in Rome series. This is actually book 2 in the series. The first book is When in Rome, but this follows a family in the small town of Rome, Kentucky. Each sibling has their own book, and I love that the town plays its own character. Romances are fun, they're flirty. There's not a ton of spice, so if that's what you're looking for, definitely pick up the When in Rome series. Okay, this one is a little bit of a dark horse because I feel like it's a little bit polarizing, but I personally love it, and that is You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogel. In this book, we have our two main characters who are engaged, but they both want to break their engagement. But the person who breaks off the engagement has to pay for the non refundable wedding that they are hosting. They both kind of decide to like throw everything out the window and be their true selves. And that's kind of exactly where they fall in love. It's a very fun time, but it's also incredibly heartwarming. Next up is a new release as well, and that is All the Missing Pieces by Catherine Cowles. You know, I had to put a little bit of romantic suspense on this list. Our FMC is a true crime podcaster, and she ends up in this small little town because she realizes that a kidnapping from 10 or 12 years ago might be tied to the disappearance of her sister. The sheriff gets involved. He's not happy that she's in town. He's trying to get her out, but if you know, you know, they're gonna fall for each other. You know they are. And I love it. She's very independent. She's very like chasing the rainbows, wanting to make every day count. And he is very much the like safest is best and trying to protect everyone he loves and is a little bit grumpy. So the dynamic between the two of them is really interesting. This was a really fun read. Next up, we have Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. This is a single dad, friends to lovers, fake dating, workplace romance. Like every trope under the sun is in this book, but it's also like the sweetest little thing. Also, can we take a moment for this cover, please? Amazing. Our FMC is a comedian, and the MMC is her manager slash best friend, and their dynamic is just really fun. He is quiet, he is sweet, he has also like been in love with her for so many years and is afraid to tell her. He thinks he's too old for her, but you know, the heart wants what the heart wants. Next up, we have A Flyby by C.W. Farnsworth. This one is I'm already smiling. I really want to reread this book. This is a brother's best friend romance. Our FMC is a doctor. Our MMC is a pilot in the Air Force home on leave. She has been in love with him forever. And it's the sweetest little thing. I love that she is bold, she's independent, she knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to draw the line and make boundaries. And he's got to figure it out. He's got to earn her, and I love that he earns her in this book. All right, these next books are a little bit heavier topics. I want to say we're dealing with some grief, we're dealing with some, yeah, mostly just grief. But I feel like these books are so perfect for spring just in their vibes. And first up, we have Promise Me Sunshine by Kara Bastone. This one recently came out as well, and I gave it 5 stars. Like, chef's kiss, so perfect. Our FMC is grieving from the loss of her best friend, and she really cannot figure out how to keep going in life. And Miles steps in, our MMC. He has been through it, he wants to help her through it. And in exchange for helping her process this grief and kind of pick herself up and move forward, he has asked for her help in kind of connecting with his niece that he is not super close to, but he would like to be close to. And they just create this like budding friendship. And it's like the most beautiful friendship I have ever read. And the way that he helps her learn how to pick herself up, like, she needs people to lean on and to help her, but like it really is about her learning how to move forward on her own and to like carry her best friend with her but not sit in that grief forever, is like such a beautiful, beautiful story. I highly recommend it. I'm going to go out and buy myself a copy this week, I think, because I really want to reread it and annotate it, but definitely put this on your spring TBR. Promise Me Sunshine by Kara Bastone. Next up, we have The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. This is also dealing with grief, but it also has a chef and a magical apartment that like jumps back and forward 7 years, which is so interesting. I know it seems weird, but just give it a shot. It's like, also, this cover is screaming spring to me. Like, just give it a shot. I promise you, you will love it. It's not too heavy, but it's like just heavy enough to feel like the ending is worth it, if that makes sense. So, 7-Year Slip, this is also a 5-star read for me. Actually, all of these books coming up are 5-star read for me. I really like books about grief. I don't know what to say. I am who I am. Okay, next up, we have a top 5 all time book of mine, and that is For the Record, I Hate You. I literally talk about this book all the time. If you have not heard me talk about this book, I don't know where you've been, but I literally talk about it all the time. This is a like new adult romance. Our FMC and MMC were childhood best friends, childhood sweethearts, and something happens when they are 18 and they stop speaking for like 4 or 5 years. And then he moves back in town and she decides that she's going to get revenge. But that is not what happens. Obviously, they are thrown together several times. They run in the same circles. They're constantly around each other. Their feelings and their issues are constantly thrown in their faces to deal with, to process, to resolve. And there's also a little bit of like a past present timeline. We're getting some glimpses into the past of their relationship before it blew up and then how it's affecting their lives today. And it's just like such a beautiful story. Also, can we take a moment for this cover, please? I die. Next, we have Just Last Night by Mari McFarlane. And I'm not going to say much about this book because I think it's best if you go in with like very little knowledge. But this is also about grief. It's kind of like a single moment can change everything for you, and how it does change you, and how it changes your relationships and the people in your life and how you view those relationships. I think it's a beautiful like friendship story and like how to put your needs first above other people in a healthy way, if that makes sense. Everyone that I've seen that has read this book really loves it and is like surprised by how much they love it. So I highly recommend. All right, I have a couple of YA books for you. So if that is what you're looking for, look no further. First up, we have Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel Lynn Solomon. We follow 2 teens who have been rivals their entire like high school career, and the final night of their senior year, they're competing against each other and all of the other seniors in a competition around the city of Seattle, but they kind of end up teaming up together. And some of the situations that they have been in the past kind of come to light and are seen with fresh eyes. And I just love the journey that they take together. The letter in this book, y'all, I cannot tell you how many times I have reread the letter that he writes to her in this book. Just go read it. Go read it. Next is a YA fantasy book that I think is perfect for spring, and that is The Gilded Ones. I don't see this one around BookTube, Bookstagram very often, but I think it's highly underrated. This trilogy is also finished, so if you're looking for a series that you could binge, this is one that I highly recommend. This book follows Decca. She lives in a small town, but the culture that she lives in is very patriarchal, and she ends up getting shipped off to the city to be trained in like this warrior camp for different girls, and she discovers some things about herself, about her mother, about her heritage, about her blood. And it's a beautiful like found family story. It's also really interesting magic, and I think this needs to be talked about more. It's not talked about enough. I fully enjoyed this entire trilogy. I have a couple of romantasy books for you that I think are perfect for spring because they're fun, they're fresh, they're flirty. You're going to want to binge the whole series in one time. First up, we have Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. Unfortunately, this series is not finished. Only 2 books are out in the series so far, but this follows a witch who gets mistaken for the long lost wife of an ancient sorcerer. He is like 3,000 years old, and he believes that this witch is his wife from like 1,000 years ago. And she's like, bro, nah, that's not me. But he's also really mad at his wife, so he follows her and he's trying to like get his revenge. There's also an academic setting in this book. She is in like a witchcraft school, as well as like a little murder mystery with a cult subplot. Like there's a lot going on in this book, but it's such a fun time. Like I had such a good time reading this, and book 2 is even better. I cannot wait for Laura Thalassa to finish this series because I'm going to binge it so hard. So we have A Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. I'm sure you have seen this book literally everywhere. It's all over my feed, like all the time, but it's worth the hype. Like this is as close to ACOTAR as I think I have read before. There are only 3 books in the series out. There's supposed to be 4 in the completed series. Please go and read this. It's still on Kindle Unlimited. It's such a good time. We've got enemies to lovers. We've got political intrigue. We've got some battle scenes. We've got a stabby female character. We've got a little bit of a love triangle. There's so much going on. So many secrets, so many like hidden talents and powers that you don't know. Like this book is so good. It'll keep you on your toes. I will say the first book is kind of like ACOTAR for me in the fact that like I read it and I was like, okay, this is good. It's not like amazing, but I'm really enjoying it. And then I picked up the second book, shook, like on the floor, could not stop reading. So if that gives you any indication of if you should pick up the series or not, just just pick it up. The final 2 books on this list are series that have new installments coming out or have already come out this spring. They are not necessarily like spring books. I think you should start here and pick up their sequels that are coming out. So, first up, we have Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. Y'all, Aaron Werner is my everything. Like, how many times do I have to tell you? But the sequel series is coming out in April. The first book is Watch Me. And from everything I've read, if you don't read this series will be spoiled for you 100%. So please read the Shatter Me series first. It's incredible. The first 3 books are like the love of my life. I am literally obsessed. Like, I have read Unravel Me so many times I cannot even tell you, but you must read Shatter Me before you pick up Watch Me. Watch Me comes out mid-April, I want to say, so you have a little bit of time. Also, the deluxe edition is so stunning. Like, please, like, take a moment for this book. And the last book that I want to talk about is Legendborn. Books 1 and 2 in the Legendborn cycle are already out, and book 3, Oathbound, recently came out, and I cannot wait to pick it up. It's actually waiting for me at my library to pick up. I'm going to read it very soon. But Legendborn is such an interesting magic system. It's like King Arthur and Knights of the Round Table, but like with a twist. It's so interesting. Our main character, Bree, is also dealing with the loss of her mother. She goes away to this like college prep course at UNC, I believe, and she encounters demons. And she's like, whoa, what's going on? and she gets pulled into this like secret society with the King Arthur descendants, and it's this whole magic system. There's a little bit of a love triangle. One of the best YA fantasy series I have ever read, and book 3 just came out. So if you're looking for a new series to read, highly recommend picking up Legendborn. So that is it, my friends. 20 book recommendations for you to add to your spring TBR. I hope you enjoyed this list. Let me know in the comments down below what book piqued your interest the most. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you have a marvelous day, and hopefully I will catch you in the next video soon. Bye!